For nearly 2 millennia, pilgrims have gone to Palestine, to Galilee, to Jerusalem, to Bethlehem, to, as one early church father put it, visit the places to learn by inquiry of the footsteps of Jesus and his disciples. The Holy Land has been called the fifth gospel because its stones are a book meant to be read. But until the birth of scientific archaeology in the 1890s, no one knew how to read these stones. There were lots of legends, relics, and speculation, but little in the way of reliable evidence. In the past century, however, excavators armed with modern archaeological techniques have revealed far more about Jesus and his times than was ever known before. In places like Jerusalem, in Caesarea, in Capernaum, excavators have found real and astonishing evidence of the world of the early Christians. They've even found direct evidence of people mentioned in the Gospels, people like Pontius Pilate and the high priest Caiaphas. Thanks to archaeology, we now know more about the lives of Jesus and his contemporaries than ancient pilgrims ever dreamt of. And the pace of discovery has quickened. In the past 20 years, more has been revealed about the world of the New Testament than even in the previous 100. I'm Herschel Shanks. I'll be your guide as we talk to the excavators and visit the sites that reveal the first century world where Jesus walked.
Can you imagine the little boys in Nazareth looking over towards this free theme park, a vast building site with cranes and ladders? That's exactly where every little boy would go to play.
What do they say about a city on a hill?
A city set on a hill cannot be hid. That's Jesus. And I really think he was pointing at this city when he said it.
This is one of the very rare finds of the time of Jesus. And the boats that Peter used and that John and James used, maybe this boat was sometimes very close to it.
There is more than just one way of reconstruction, the exact way of crucifying the victim.
Why is the nail bent back?
Exactly, this is one of the riddles.
Every summer for the past several years, volunteers and students from the University of Nebraska and the University of Hartford have been coming to a mound called Et-Tel, 2 miles from the northern end of the Sea of Galilee. They come to dig the remains of the ancient fishing village of Bethsaida. It's an important place in the Gospels, but for the past 2,000 years, until just over a decade ago, its location had been forgotten.
When we started off, we had no idea if this was Bethsaida. There was 2,000 years of pilgrims, of visitors, of even archaeologists, even in the 19th century, who all were looking for this site. Because so many things happen here, all the major miracles of the New Testament, the feeding of the multitudes, the walking on the water, the healing of the blind man, okay, occurred at this one major site. 3 of the apostles, they come from Bethsaida, according to the Gospel, according to John. And we're talking about here Andrew and Peter and Philip. Peter, who was, of course, seen by the church as the most important apostle, not only by the Roman Catholic Church, but as the leader of a group of the apostles, okay? The second one, Andrew, was seen by the Orthodox as being their very important apostle. But besides that, by the 6th and 7th century, there were Christian traditions, early church traditions, that saw Bethsaida as being perhaps the home to as many as half of the 12 apostles. Now that is significant.
But Jesus didn't have good things to say about Bethsaida.
Maybe at the end of the Gospels, you see, he says, "Woe to you, Bethsaida! Woe to you, Chorazin!" I think it's because this is the place where so many of the early apostles came from, and more was expected of these people. This is the largest mound that's ever been discovered around the Sea of Galilee, 22 acres. And not only that, right on top of the mound was an entire city that was totally left intact. And what did we find when we started opening up all the houses here? We found first century artifacts, first century coins, first century pottery. We found fishing gear. And so when we were looking, it would be nice if we found a beautiful sign that said, "Here is Bethsaida." Okay? We didn't find that yet. But what we did find was every single other type of indicator would tell us this was the largest fishing village on the entire Sea of Galilee.
If you enjoyed this clip, please feel free to check out the full version in the link located in the description panel below. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. As always, help yourself to the diverse array of teachings located on this YouTube channel or on our website at glc.us.com.